Arsenal fans, I think it's time to have a genuine conversation and ask some serious questions about what on earth has happened to Gabriel Martinelli. Because I'm concerned and I'm worried. We signed this kid, and he was a kid, 18, 19 years of age, from Ituano, second division in Brazil. Everyone's like, who? Who's this guy? Nobody knew this guy. But when you saw in his first couple of games, he had that potential. He had that excitement about him. Every time he got the ball, he had that confidence about him. He got Arsenal fans off the edge of their seats every time when you watch him. You're thinking, wow, at this age, this kid's going to be the future of Arsenal Football Club. He had that season where he scored 15 goals. 22-23 season when he was in the title race. Big part of that. 15 goals, 7 assists. One of our better players. And now you look at him in the present day. What on earth has happened to this guy? If you thought last season was bad, if anything, he's gotten worse. He's getting worse every single season. He's declining every single season. Is there any solutions left for this guy? Because I know a lot of Arsenal fans have lost hope with Martinelli. A lot of Arsenal fans wanted him sold. And rightly so. You perform like that, what do you expect? But in this video, we're going to go through if there's any hope left and any solutions we can sort of look at. How can we get Martinelli back? Or are we ever going to get this Martinelli back from 22-23 when he first burst onto the scene? That player who excited you, like got your edge of the seat, that had so much confidence. Let's get into it today. Leave your thoughts down below. Smash likes. Let's get right into it, people. Let's start by talking about what's gone wrong with Martinelli then. What's happening? Why is so much concern? Why do people want him sold? I think there's a number of reasons. I think number one for me, this is my opinion, I look at him, confidence. The guy's got no confidence anymore. The guy, it looks like the guy's lost all of his confidence in terms of actually on the ball. Because I'll be honest with you, there's some good things with Martinelli when it's off the ball. Like, you could tell it's not like he doesn't care. Off the ball, I noticed it against Liverpool, Man United. He tracks back really well. He tries to make stuff happen in terms of winning the ball back. I got no doubt about his hunger or anything like that, in terms of how much he cares. He definitely cares because you've seen it defensively, right? But your job is an attacker. Your job is an attacker, Martinelli. You have to be the guy to make stuff happen in the final third. You have to be the guy to either score goals or create big chances, and you've not done that at all. In the final third, he looks clueless. It's really as simple as that. He looks clueless in the final third, always running with his head down. Doesn't look up where he's going, always running with his head down. I kind of feel like he second guesses himself a little bit. And the decision making is not there with him. I've noticed that in the 2 seasons now. The final third, because he can get in some really good spaces, he can get in some really good positions. But when it comes to the final third and the decision making, he makes the wrong decision. He overthinks it. He second guesses himself, or he takes too many touches in the final third. He doesn't have that killer instinct that he used to have. When he first burst on the scene, he had so much confidence about him where it was just, take on 1, 2, 3 players. Make the right decision. Look positive in the final third. I said he's the type of player that when he got the ball, you always thought, hold on a minute, he's unpredictable. You think about him when we played against Man City a few years ago against Cancelo. He cooked Cancelo. Trent against Liverpool a few years ago. He had them on toast because he was unpredictable. Now he just looks so predictable. Lack of confidence. That's what I look into Martinelli. It's kind of hard to describe when you watch this guy because he's one of the most frustrating players in these past couple of seasons to watch. Because he can get some good positions, but it's just that final ball, it's that end product, it's that decision making, it's that thinking. He's not got that. Now, I'm going to talk about a few solutions for this guy and what's actually gone wrong. How can we sort of fix this? Because one thing I want to see, which I don't think we've seen enough of, is if you guys believe or not, he's actually a centre forward. When he first started his career, he came out like he's a centre forward, all right? And let's cast our minds back to 2019. I know it is years and years ago, and a lot has changed there. I'm going to show you a game from last season, all right? But I'm also going to show you a game where we first signed the guy. And this could be... Now, I know we've got Victor Crez there. he's not going to be, he shouldn't be dropped. But this should be an idea to use Martinelli. If you want to use Martinelli, I wouldn't mind seeing him as a centre forward, people. The first game I want to show you, okay? Liverpool 5-5, the crazy 5-5 game at Anfield. We had Unai Emery as manager. We lost some penalties, whatever it may be. Gabriel Martinelli scored a brace. Okay, look, he scored 2 goals. He looked incredible in the game. And look where he's playing. Centre forward. First season centre forward. And he played, I think he scored 10 goals as a centre forward in all competitions in this one season. He played I think he played every Europa League campaign, every single Europa League game, as a centre forward. Carabao Cup, he played centre forward, as we know. Premier League, he didn't really. When he did under Freddie Ljungberg, I think he played as a forward as well. Against Brighton, I think we lost the game. In Norwich, he played, and it might have been West Ham and we won 3-1. Many games he played as centre forward in this season. Okay, scored a brace here. Another example, as I said, he scored 10 goals in this season. Another example here against Standard Liège from Belgium, right? I think, yeah, the 4-0 game, scored a brace. Oh, look, centre forward. Now, people will say it's 2019, years ago, and I get that. What about last season then? Against Liverpool, funny enough, Anfield, 2-2, draw. Now, I know it says on here that Trossard played centre forward, which he did start the game, centre forward, I get that. But you look about the second half. If you watch the game, Arteta convert a split choice. He converted Martinelli and Trossard. They swapped around for the second half. And in that second half, Martinelli looks such a better player when he moved down. He scored straight away. And yeah, he looks a 10 times better player as a centre forward than he did as a winner. And I think we need to try this more often. Now, we need obviously, we signed Noni Madueke probably as a left winger now. I think we need a left winger anyway. If you want to play Martinelli, you don't sign him as left winger for me. Why doesn't, obviously, I know Gyökeres is there, but why doesn't, if Gyökeres ain't going to be there, for example, like League Cup's coming up, or Champions League game where we don't, or Premier League game, for example, where you need to, or even when Gyökeres comes off, he's played 70 minutes. Why don't you try, and Havertz injured as well, why don't you try Martinelli as a striker? Because I think he's got some attributes as a striker as well, people, as a centre forward. He still, I think he's lost it since his injury, but he has that pace in behind. And he's shown it a few times last season where he's tried to drift more centrally, hasn't he? And he looks a lot more better when he's more direct and more central. I think he's got less responsibility in terms of decision making when he moves as a striker as well. You think about him on the left, he's always so predictable, isn't he? Like what I spoke about earlier. Overthinking it takes too many touches, but simply as a striker, mate that runs in behind. I think he could cause some problems to people. I really do. I really think Gabriel Martinelli as a striker, centre forward, we should definitely try it out. He's done it a few times, but it's not enough. And maybe this could be a solution for this guy. He could actually, I remember that season when Arteta first came in, people were talking about Martinelli and how he's trying to convert him into a striker. And that didn't work out, it ended up being a winner. So that's one of the solutions I sort of look at and feel like with Martinelli, maybe we should give that a go. I don't know what you guys think about that. Having said that, and this is where people may counter this. He had no problem as a left winger when he scored 15 goals in that season. He's a left winger, 15 goals, 7 assists. I know we all want that Martinelli back. That Martinelli on a left wing in that season, right? I get that completely. So I look at it this way. I think people can use the opinion of the fact that he had players like Xhaka around him. I thought him and Xhaka worked really well together. But when Xhaka was in the sort of 8 role that season, and yeah, the way how he had an actual 8 alongside him, that left hand side was superb, wasn't it? Maybe people can say the opinion of, is it because you don't have an overlapping fullback like we have with Saka and Timber, Ben White, giving us the support there? But again, I still even feel like if you have a left back there who overlaps, if you have a excuse me, if you have a left 8 there as well, I still think it comes down to one thing. I still think it comes down to the player himself, people. I still think I still think he needs to work on himself in terms of his confidence, in terms of trying to be less predictable, man. You know, he's so predictable in the final third now. And again, just quickly as well, is it the way how you play? Is it the way how Arteta is using him? Is it the Arteta system sort of thing? You know, when if you go to some of the, I don't know if you pick up on TV, but I was at some of the games last season, and you see the way how Arteta wants his winners to play. You know, they're up and down the whole time though. He's got a big responsibility getting tracking back, which I got no problem with. Like he's good at doing. Like he's proved that. Like you know, he tracks back really well. Works his socks off tracking back. But Arteta has made his winners having a big responsibility because they're up and down, up and down, up and down the whole time. And I just feel like on the transitions, I just feel, you know, when we are counter-attacking, he's lost it, people. I think people could put down the injury, but, you know, the injury he had 2 years ago, people. I know it can change players, but I don't think this is what we're looking at. I think we're looking more into Gabriel Martinelli himself. Now, this is the only thing I look at, try him as a striker, but at his rate, it's got to a stage where we should have sold him, I reckon. I hate to say it because I was a big fan of this guy. I think majority of us fans were. We were a huge fan of Gabriel Martinelli. He was a fan favorite when he first burst onto the scene. But I think it's at this stage now where he's getting worse. You know, he's declining year in, year out. He's getting worse game by game. Every time you watch him, you just think, what on earth has happened to you? And I think it's time to sell, guys. I really do. Maybe you have that risk of him going into a different system, into a different manager, into a different league, and absolutely thriving because he's shown potential in the past. But we got to make a decision now where Arsenal Football Club, we need to win the Premier League. We need to win Champions League. And at the end of the day, Gabriel Martinelli starting as left winger is not that guy. He's not that guy. You know, right now he's not that guy, people. And I think we needed a top class left winger, someone like Rodrigo there anyway, to come in, and that's what I was thinking as well. Give him a bit of competition, maybe a bit of to make him realize, hold on a minute, if I don't step out one game, I'm going to be dropped. You know, did he have that with Trossard? Maybe, you know, he had that with Trossard last year. A bit of, you know, Trossard came in, and I think if you remember as well, Arteta was really looking to sign Mykhailo Mudryk to replace Martinelli. So, but again, I thought he had that with Trossard, and that didn't work out for him whatsoever, did it? So it's a real shame when you look into this Martinelli situation, people. It really is, because we knew the player that he once was. I just don't think he's going to get to that guy. Hopefully something changes in this guy. He gets a bit of confidence back. He changes his game around. Arteta adapts his system a little bit to accommodate him. I don't think he's going to do that because I think Arteta is going to continue playing inverted fullbacks, especially inverted left back. And obviously that number 8 is going to be Declan Rice. He doesn't do the same thing that Xhaka really did, which really helped Martinelli in that 22-23 season. And I just think overall Martinelli as a player has lost his confidence. It's too predictable. And yeah, I don't see him changing anytime soon, people. It's such a shame. But I'd love to hear you guys' opinions down below. If you agree or disagree, please leave your thoughts down below on what you think happened with Martinelli. What's gone wrong with him? Should we sell him as well? I'd love to hear you guys' opinions. Thanks for anyone who watched this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smash like on the video and also subscribe channel if you are new. We are on the road to 16,000 subscribers. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching.